Hey everybody, Enosh here, and I want to talk today about something that we haven't talked about in a while, and that is The Flash, the TV show, The Flash, Season 4. Yes, I've been watching. A lot of you guys have messaged me and asked me if I'm still watching the show. Yes, I am. I'm sorry, we just haven't done a lot of reviews lately. I've been working on getting my health together and losing some weight, and I think you should be seeing a lot of that here coming up. But, and I'm already doing okay. I've lost probably about 35 pounds so far, and I'm feeling good, and things are going well. But so we've been taking care of some personal things, so we haven't had a lot of time for reviews and stuff, and either TV reviews or toy reviews. I'm trying to get some stuff out there, but I want to talk about The Flash because it's been an interesting season so far on The Flash. I mean, there's been good things like the introduction of Elongated Man. I love that. It's been interesting to see his progression throughout the season, from kind of just an idiot kind of jerk guy to taking the role of being a superhero and trying to take that seriously and stuff. But Barry just keeps on, and I'm frustrated a little bit with it because Barry is like a stick in the mud, and I don't get it. But we'll get to that in a second. First of all, go back to the beginning of the season. I had really hoped that they would let the whole Barry and the Speed Force thing kind of play out a little bit more, and that we would get more of Wally, as the Flash and kind of coming into his own. But of course, first episode we get Barry back, and even though he's not all there, he's still back, and and then he gets like right back into things. And once he gets back into the speed of things, so to speak, there's no need for Wally, and so they put Wally over on Legends, which Wally's done a whole lot more over on Legends already than he was doing on The Flash, and it's good to see them use that character in a positive way, because I think that there's so much more he could have been doing on The Flash that he just wasn't. But then even with Elongated Man, Barry is constantly just not wanting to let other people come into their own. For somebody who discovered his powers first and had to be trained and whatnot and got put right out into the thick of things and learn, Barry doesn't want anybody else to do that. He doesn't do it with Wally. He doesn't do it with Elongated Man. And most of the other heroes that come along, he doesn't want them to do what they can do. We've seen this constantly throughout the series. He's kind of like the stick in the mud for the whole thing, and that's, I don't know, that just kind of gets old after a while. I love him. I love the show. I love the character, but I'd like to see them break away from that a little bit. And then there's been some silly stuff that happened. I mean, you get the episode where, of course, him and Iris switch places, and she's got Speed Force powers and all that stuff. And it is what it is. These shows have episodes like that where you get the switcheroo. I think pretty much every superhero show like this has done that at some point. Smallville did that, where somebody would get Clark's powers, or Lana got Clark's powers. That's how that kind of ended up. Spoiler. She got similar powers to Clark or whatever. And I think even Lois and Clark, The Adventures of Superman, they did something like that with Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher. I think they've done that on Supergirl even, maybe. So it's a common thing, but it just kind of keeps coming up. The Thinker has been an interesting villain this season. I'm interested in what you guys think about the Thinker. I feel bad for the guy who originally played him, because you sign on to play the main villain for a year, and then they keep replacing who plays the Thinker. I thought this last week's episode, though, was a step in a good direction, because we got to see this thing between the Thinker and his wife, of how she is figuring out that this isn't a good thing. The Thinker is doing things that he shouldn't be doing, and she recognizes it, and she tries to put a stop to it. But come to find out, the Thinker's been thinking ahead of her, and keeps controlling her with the Crier and his tears, and getting her to forget what she knew, and she keeps coming back to the same thing over and over again. I like that. I really like that part of this. Wasn't really sure about the whole angle with with Barry and the trial of the Flash. I did like the fact that Barry was accused of murder and went to prison. But again, I think that would have been a good time to let some of the other heroes shine, instead of kind of this thing of, well, we have a hard time functioning without Barry most of the time. I know that they have their moments, okay, but it's a lot of this. We can't function without Barry a lot, and so so then they just got to bring him right back. But I did like how they did it, though, with using Elongated Man to change his appearance and look like the Thinker. So I thought that was good. Like I said, I don't really have a lot of negative things. I just see that this season has been different, and I haven't felt like I was on the edge of my seat, and I haven't felt like that there's been really episodes that, man, just blew my mind, and I just had to get on here and just had to say something. I have felt that they've been okay, they've been good, and I've enjoyed them. But it is what it is. I love The Flash. I love the show. My family still loves the show, and it is definitely a Tuesday night thing. We have to watch The Flash. So don't take me wrong. But I'm interested in your opinions. What have you thought of season 4 so far? We're coming up on the end of the season. It'll be interesting to see how they handled DeVoe. Here's something else. What is up with Wells? I think that the machinery kind of makes you go crazy a little bit, but now he's doing some stuff that is very reminiscent of season 1 and Reverse Flash. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. What do you think of that? What do you think of the turn that Wells is taking now with that? I liked seeing Cisco this last week, take a different role with Gypsy's dad, and and it'll be interesting to see what is he going to do. Is he going to take the role of Breacher? There could be a whole new thing for him. I don't think that he will, because I think he's such a main part of the show that they won't let him go. But it'll be interesting to see. And then we still have to get some resolution on the girl who's come back in time, and we all know who she is. She's the Flash and Iris's daughter, one of the Tornado Twins. It'll be interesting to see how they bring her back into this, because she's supposed to come back into this, and she showed up at their wedding. She showed up another time during the season, and so it'll be cool to see how they bring her into this and what she's here for. Why is she come back in time? What is the purpose? Is it just to observe, or is it something else? So hey, let me know down in the comment section what you think of season 4. Have you been frustrated with it? Have you seen some of these things and just kind of scratching your head about it? Or do you just absolutely love it? Is it just like the greatest thing ever for you? I don't know. I'm somewhere kind of in the middle. I'm not against it, and I'm not ecstatic about it. I'm just, I like it, and I enjoy it. And of course, that's what we do around here. We talk about comic books, and we talk about comic book TV shows and movies and films and all that good stuff, right? Cartoons and all that good stuff. And there's lots more coming, and a lot more things to talk about coming up. So hey, leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. I always love hearing you guys' opinions and your thoughts. And then of course, also, while you're here, why don't you hit that subscribe button, just to come along with this journey with us and just have some fun, okay? Because that's what we like to do here. We like to have some fun. And hit that notifications bell so that you know when we do put out new videos, and that way we can all be in on this together. All right, until next time, I'm Enosh, and keep running. Bye-bye.